Good morning. I am running behind again, but I got the stream started sooner, and I'm working on it. Fingers crossed, the new settings that I'm using are going to let me keep the stream going smoothly throughout the class. Fingers crossed. Today is Tuesday, October 4th, 2021. My name is Terry Morgan, and we are here to practice Yang Style Taiji. Now, I was in the other studio last week, and we reviewed several of the movements in context that they're going to repeat. Okay? And now we're back in the big studio, and we're going to go through end to end. Okay? Let's get started. And I'll let you know, I am going to do some stops along the way so that it's easier to follow on video. Okay? Start out with, I got more room in here. Alright, start out with basic stretch. Feet about shoulder width apart, stand straight, pull it through the crown of the head, hand circle front, back on both sides, up along center line, and stretch out over the legs. And reach out. Open the lower back, bend through the hip. Keep the knees bent. And stretch up. Elbows drop down. Fingertips. Hands return to your sides. Okay. Want to do basic walking set this morning, just a little bit, just enough to kind of warm up the legs a bit. Hands behind your back, going that way. Feet about shoulder width apart, shift to the left, open the toes to the right. Transfer the weight onto the right, bring the left through. Yes, there's a circle there, and transfer the weight forward and shift back. Open the toes, transfer the weight. And my foot's wobbly today, give it a minute. Alright, and transfer the weight. As you shift, open the foot so that the base of the foot is as wide as you can make it. Alright, stop there. So, open the foot, right? So these are my toes, open them. So this part of the foot is open, and the toes grip just a little bit, okay? That's what we want. That does a couple of things. It helps balance, physical balance across the foot. It also creates the opportunity to pull up through the Yang Chuan. Here, the Lao Wong in the center of the palm, Yang Chuan is approximately the same location in foot. As you pull up through that, as you pull that up. You also increase the arch of the foot. You're pulling up and set the heel, right? So everything, the foot pulls into good position, nicely balanced, physiologically aligned. All the pieces are in alignment, right? And your body is well balanced and well centered over that. That's the goal. Now, what happens if, and I showed you that, I'm going to call it out again, as I shift forward, okay, hands back here, watch my left foot here. Alright, turn the right toes out, bring the left foot through, shift, pull back, turn the toes. As I step through, as I transferred here, my weight was off. So I used my toes, just a little bit, to create that extra balance. And then step through. That using the foot to do that, understanding that you should, it's a good thing, rather than allowing yourself to fully go off balance, put your foot down. I need to check on something here real quick. I'll be right back. Thank you for waiting. I appreciate that. And apologies for the interruption. I have I have cats. I have cats. I do. I have cats. I have two. Good morning. All right. So, pay attention as we're stepping. Pay attention to how you place your foot. Okay? First part of Yang Style Taiji. And I'm not going to go real fast, but I'm not going to go real slow either. Okay, so we're in the middle. We'll come back through into the second part. I'm going to keep going. Okay? Feet together, stand. Let me kind of step over here a little bit. Feet together, stand straight. Breathe, relax the shoulders. Salute. Relax through the feet, open the toes. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, all the way down to the right. Open the left. Center. Raise the arms. And down. Shift. And step through. Work off. Pull down. Turn. Work off. Pull down. Grasp the bird's tail. Pull down. Press. And push. Turn. Single whip. Shift. Raise your hand. And turn. Open. Brush knee. Step up. Hamstring glute. And brush knee. Brush knee again. And one more time. Hamstring glute. Brush knee. Shift back, deflect downward. Parry. And punch. And I'm checking to see if I'm still on screen here. Yes, I am. Yay! Close the door. Turn around. Crossing hand. Open, palms down. Stand up. Close the left to the right, salute. Alright, that's the end of part one. As we're going through the form, pay attention to, and I'm going to repeat this real quick. We're all going to do it together. This whole middle section. Brush knee, hamstring glute. Brush knee, brush knee, brush knee, hamstring glute, brush knee. Each of these moves is foundation and includes fundamental applications for Tai Chi. Brush knee, ward off. Push or press, I mean, your choice. It's really more push, but you could use press. Twist, side. It's one of the 8 directions. 再来就靠. 旁与吉安, 再来就靠. These are the 8 directions. They are fundamental applications in Tai Chi. So, let's pay attention to them. I'm going to start with brush knee. Shift the weight onto the right. Right hand up, left hand down. Right toes on the 45 and step through. Brush knee. Step up, hamstring glute. Turn, brush knee. Pay attention to your footwork. Pay attention to what your hands are doing. Step through. One more. Step through. Step up, hamstring glute. And brush knee one more time. This practice helps create fundamental muscle memory, I'm going to say it that way, so that as we move into the next sets, we have these foundations already established. Part 2. Crossing hands. And turn. Going to the 45. Grasp the bird's tail. Pull down. Press. And push. Turn. Turn the toes. Push out to the right side. Turn the left foot. Circle. Fist under the elbow. Open. Push back the monkey. Fold ball. Diagonal flying. Step behind. Turn the toes. Shift. Raise your hands. Turn. White crane spreads its wings. Turn. Brush knee. Step up. Needle at sea bottom. Step through. Fan through the back. Turn around and hold the fist. All right, we're going to do it again, all of it. Pay attention to, notice, let me get a sip of coffee over here. And I'm checking the stream, and it's telling me that it's excellent. Yippee! All right, pay attention to this. I've talked about this repeatedly, this idea that we repeat. All right? Raise your hands. Hands strum the loop. Brush knee. Repeat frequently. As we turn, we have ward off, roll back, press, and push. Grasp the bird's tail. And we have a similar turn, similar, to what we do at the beginning. Couple of differences, fairly obvious. We don't turn into single whip. All right, but as we move into raise your hands, it gives us that distinction between what we did in the first part and what we're doing in the second part. And that insight, if you're going to practice to an advanced level, this is what you're looking at, all right? That insight for how we get from one to another is part of what the form teaches us. It's part of what the form teaches us. Practice more. Second part. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Crossing hands. Shift. Turn. Turn the foot. Brush knee. Grasp the bird's tail. Roll back. Press. Seen this before? Yes, you have. Push. Turn. Turn the toes. Not single whip. Press out to the side, both hands. And turn. Fist under the elbow. Push back the monkey. Step behind. 1, 2, 3. Hold the ball. Step behind. Turn the toes. Diagonal flying. Pull in. Raise your hands. Say hello to the cat. White crane spreads its wings. Hey, remember this. Brush knee. Step up. And we change a little bit. Needle at sea bottom. Big change. Step up. Step through. Fan through the back. Turn. Hold fist. Next time, all right? I'm going to repeat this again. pay the most attention right now. I'm going to repeat it 2 times. First time through, pay the most attention to the things that are familiar, the movements and the ways of moving. Pay attention to what's familiar. If you trip over what's not familiar, don't worry about it. Just keep going. Pay attention to what's familiar to you. Part 2. Crossing hands. Turn. Pull down. Press. Push. Turn. Press out. Turn. Fist under the elbow. Push back the monkey. Hold ball. Step behind. Diagonal climb. Bring the elbows in. Raise your hands. And turn. White crane spreads its wings. Turn. Brush knee. Step up. Needle at C bottom. Step through. Fan through the back. Turn. Hold fist. Alright. Relax. Face this way. Watch one time. Brush knee. Step up. Needle at C bottom. Down. Step through. Band through the back. Turn. Hold fist. Yeah. Next time. That's it. Alright? So, pay attention to, we're going to do this again. This time, pay attention to what's not familiar. You get to something that's uncomfortable, that you're not sure, pay attention to where you're not sure. Pay attention to what's going on. Don't stop. Just pay attention to it. Alright? And then let yourself relax as you get back to something that's familiar. Okay? Several places here that there's something familiar, several places where there's something new. Okay? Flow through the movement. Pay attention to where you're noticing something that's off. Okay? So first time, we want to pay attention to what feels good, what's comfortable. Now we want to pay attention to what's not quite right. Crossing hands. And turn. Brush knee. Turn the waist. Grasp the bird's tail. Push. Turn. Turn the toes. Now push out. That's different. Turn. This is, there we go. Pay attention. Where's your weight? What's your direction? And hold the ball. Step behind. Turn the toes. Turn the waist. Turn the toes. Open. Down. Raise your hands. White crane spreads its wings. Turn. Brush knee. Step up. Needle at C bottom. hand strum, step, step through, fan through the back, and turn, hold the fist. Alright, so what I intended to say was needle at C bottom instead of hand strum the lute. But it was hard for me to say both at the same time while I was moving and the timing with the movement. Alright, so today we reviewed everything up to what we have now. A little tiny bit more. Alright. And we paid attention to two things. How comfortable am I with these movements? These particular, which movements, what repeats? So that I'm naturally going to become more comfortable with these movements because I'm going to repeat them more often, right? What am I going to be most comfortable with? How am I going to be comfortable learning these new movements that we haven't covered yet? And all of this together, it's a lot. It's a long string. We're not even close to halfway through the second part, and there's a third part. There's repetition. There's repetition. All right? So that is one of the reasons that I'm stressing knowing what these core movements, brush knee, hand strum the lute, brush knee again, right? Brush knee which side? All of that repeats, along with several other things, right? Or just grasp the bird's tail. This repeats. Ward off, pull down, press, push. Fundamental. It repeats several times, in fact. Paying attention to where the weight is. How am I transferring my weight from one place to another? In our footwork, our basic stepping, we slow that down and we focus on stepping. Then we need to bring that into everything else that we're doing. All right? So part of my goal in these sessions, this is advanced class now, is to not only give the form, but how to break it down. This is my expectation, just I'm talking to somebody who knows, who wants to know as much as I do. Maybe, I don't know. Wants to know more. All right, so as each piece, each form, each connection, each different way of looking at this particular move becomes more apparent, we start to see more and more and more in what we're doing. Right? There's applications, there's Qigong, there's the physiology, there's the energy, there's the whole range of connections inside and outside that include connecting the mind and the intent, connecting the spirit with the intent, connecting the chi with the breath, physical breath, right? Lots of inside connections, as well as elbows with the knees, hands with the feet, shoulders with the hips, upper body with the lower body, keep the head well balanced, these kinds of things, right? So we want to pay attention to all of them, all together, all at once, all at the same time. How do we do that? We take it apart, and we look at it, and we study, and we come to an understanding about whatever it is. And then we don't have to think about it so much anymore. We can do more with it. The same brush knee, hand strum the lute. Again. A little bit of difference in the two. That was my intent. If we look at basic practice, this is correct. It's not wrong, it's correct. It's basic practice. It's the foundation, it's the outward physical movement, combined with the balance a little bit, combined a little bit with the breathing. Not much going on, especially compared to the previous set that I did. Alright? This is my illustration for what I'm talking about. Alright? As we progress, there's more and more that we can bring and that we can control within our own practice. I'm going to be back tomorrow with Untitled Taiji, part 2. They did more advanced stuff here. Alright, and Wednesday, Tai Chi sword, Untitled Taiji sword. Thursday and Friday, Qigong, and I'm going to tell you that I have been looking at the connection out here this morning while I'm talking. It's working! It's working! So I'm really happy about that, and thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Hope I'll see you tomorrow.